Good evening. Thank you all for joining us for another ANF Plus Top Stories and Weather Update. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic Tuesday. If you eat some tacos, you're living the best life. I'm not mad at it. The forecast for today has continued to improve. We had a first alert weather day this morning. We had scattered rain move through the area during the morning drive. Those showers became more isolated as we pushed into the afternoon. High pressure to the north of us is going to help dictate things as we head through the next 36 to 48 hours, which means we'll see more sunshine start to build into the area. Still seeing things dry out across the region. We are still tracking some spotty showers. We dropped that rain chance to about 20% this evening, and that's because we expected some of this. The bulk of us are dry. We're talking 98% of you. You can see that we're tracking those light showers. This is going to be moving just to the southeast of Murrow, Lake City. Folks in Stockbridge, you can expect that rain to start to pick up over the course of the next few minutes. It's moving pretty slow. I think it's going to eventually glide across portions of North McDonough. Once again, this is just rain, no severe weather. No thunderstorms, no lightning, so we are looking pretty good for the evening. Some very mild air out there. Temperature still in the low to mid 70s across the most of the metro. 74 in Marietta, 73 Kennesaw, same for us here in Atlanta, 70 over in Dallas. Mid to upper 60s already in the North Georgia mountains. If you're out in Athens, good evening. 72 degrees, feeling pretty good. Hour by hour forecast will have us sliding into the low 60s. I expect us to bottom out near 60 here in Atlanta. If you're outside of the city, inside of the suburbs, it's going to be mid to upper 50s for the start of the day tomorrow. So not a terrible start. Lots of sunshine, that's going to mean warming temperatures. I mentioned that we had high pressure nearby, and that essentially suppresses clouds. Whenever you have a strong high pressure near you, you don't get any vertical development of clouds. Very few. And that means gorgeous sky views as we head through the day tomorrow. Temperatures are going to start to warm up. You will notice it. It will feel 5 to nearly 10 degrees warmer in some places across the region. We'll start off near 60 as you're punching the clock, but getting into the upper 70s as we approach 12 o'clock, and we're going to spend the bulk of the day in the 80s. I have us topping out near 85 degrees here in Atlanta, a little bit cooler north of the city, a little bit warmer south of the city. A gorgeous day. If you are off tomorrow, this is a good pool day. If you have a lot of PTO to use,
I don't.
this is a good day to maybe think about calling in and saying, hey, you know what, team, can you pull the weight for me? Because it's really just a gorgeous afternoon. It doesn't stop there. If it's a little bit too early for you to phone in and call in and have your teammates pull your weight tomorrow, you want to give them 24-hour notice. I think Thursday's another good opportunity to do that. A degree or two warmer. Most of us top out in the mid-80s, but I'm expecting some places to actually get into the upper 80s. I'm looking at you in Eatonton. You've already hit 90 a couple of times this year. I do think that that's going to be possible on Thursday for you. The rest of us, a degree or two cooler than that. And that warm trend continues into your Friday. The only difference is that we're going to bring in a little bit of moisture. There's no first alert weather day for Friday right now, but we do think there's going to be some spotty showers and even some rumbles of thunder. This looks like the best opportunity will be later in the day. So we're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could be dealing with some of that energy, and then eventually things will quiet down for a little bit, but we expect more moisture to build in as we head into Saturday. So here's how we get through the end of the work week. You can see that there will be some showers off to the north and west Friday. Looks like that morning drive is going to be just fine, but as we head later into the afternoon or the evening, if you had dinner plans Friday night, getting out into the streets, just be prepared to monitor the First Alert weather app. This isn't going to be an everywhere situation, but some folks are going to have to deal with this, and it does look like those best opportunities will be east of the city. So something we're watching. Of course, east of the city does include you out in Gwinnett County. So I'm keeping an eye on that forecast for now. No first alert weather day, but more widespread rain starts to build into the area as we head into Saturday. Can't rule out a couple of rumbles of thunder. Looks like we can get some good rain in on this as well. The Saturday rain forecast right now is trending earlier in the day, so morning and early afternoon. We are still several days away, and you guys know we've had these conversations about high resolution data versus low resolution data. I'm not going to nerd out on you. I'm just going to say that the further we are away from the event, the lower the quality of the data that we receive. Think about us starting off with a bucket of water and trying to run a quarter of a mile down the street or even a half mile down the street, and then think about running 2 miles down the street. With that pitcher of water, the further you go, the more water spills out of that. So you won't be as close to reality, which you started with, the further out you get. So that's kind of how models work. Anyways, right now it looks like this is going to be an earlier in the day event, clearing out as we head into the evening. Those rain chances look to start to drop off 8, 9 o'clock. We'll fine tune that timing as we head through the next couple of days. All in all, not a bad forecast, but this is kind of giving us a precursor to summer because temperatures are warming up. We're getting into the 80s. Good evening, Trent. Where are you joining us from, Trent? Trent is actually joining us on our YouTube stream. I know that some of you are joining us at home on Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV. But some of our viewers are actually with us real time on YouTube, and they can chat with us, give us a little bit of feedback, maybe make us laugh. Y'all know I like jokes. Yeah, Sean, we have viewers over here in the chat. You guys are good. You guys are going to get to chat with my friend Sean Gables. She is tackling the top stories that we've been tracking this evening. Have updates on some stories. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, and she has some of those headlines for you. She's going to be giving that to you in just a few minutes. Winder, Georgia. Okay. Winder's in the house. Winder is looking pretty good right now, right? Look like more Sean Gables, please. Okay, Joseph Geesey. If you want more Sean Gables, I will give you more Sean Gables. Just be prepared to hear volleyball stories.
Unfortunately, I was too nervous today, so volleyball coming soon.
She said volleyball's coming soon. Sean Gables coming up in just about a minute and a half, guys. Take a look at the 7-day forecast where temperatures continue to stay above average. We're talking low to mid 80s. Check out next Tuesday. That's a conservative number. 87 degrees, our forecast high with a lot of sunshine. So just be prepared for it. That warm up is coming. If you get some of these mornings that are in the upper 50s, low 60s, enjoy it. I fear that we're going to gradually start to shift into a more summer-like pattern. We're already starting to see some of those rain and thunderstorm opportunities. Your Sunday and Monday rain chances are basically afternoon pop-up opportunities. So something that we will continue to monitor, soak in this 7-day. I'm going to take us back outside because, we love looking at our gorgeous city. I mean, there's not many places, can say they have a view of a skyline like we do in Midtown and downtown and honestly multiple different communities here. I need to actually switch something up because I played myself, but I got you on this camera shot. And here
It's the sun setting.
It's the sun setting, yes. We can't miss it. We can't miss it. Can you see it? Can you see it?
I want to see the sunset.
I got you. Whoops. Well, we'll stick on this 7-day forecast while I introduce Sean Gables. Sean Gables, come to the mic.
I'm so glad to have this opportunity. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and that's come join you over here on the First Alert Atlanta News First Plus breaking news desk. So there were so many stories that we are covering today, and listen, I'm a mother of 3, and we're giving you the top stories that are happening, but also you're going to just get a little bit of my perspective because, quite frankly, when you're seeing 11-year-olds die in the city that you love here in Metro Atlanta, let this sink in. This is not just a statistic here. This is an 11-year-old who was killed inside their own home. And this is just one of several stories that we're covering today. This is, it's terrible, it's devastating. That gun violence has yet again taken the life of another kid in Metro Atlanta. And I just want you to let that sink in. 11 years old. This kid had a mother, a father. He was a beloved student, beloved in his community. And right now that we are listening to we're going to listen to what those people in Paulding County, what they thought of this young kid who was killed terribly in his own home because of a fight with friends, so-called friends. Let's listen to how they want him to be remembered tonight.
He's a good kid, got straight A's and B's, never in trouble, like I say, student council, loved to sing, he loved the Lord, he was a great kid.
11-year-old Xander Watley was shot and killed last night inside his home on Ruthway in Paulding County. Atlanta News First spoke to his family today. They tell us Xander had gotten into some type of dispute with other boys around the same age as he was. They showed up to his house and they started shooting. His stepfather tells Atlanta News First he was hit while trying to run upstairs for cover. Our own Atlanta News First anchor and reporter Tori Cooper, she is on the story tonight. She will have a full update tonight at 10 and 11. We're also following another big story on campus. There are protests across the nation that have erupted. We have seen over 1,000 students across the country have clashes between law enforcement and college students across the nation. Right now, there have been reports of clashes at universities at Emory, also at the University of Georgia. Our own Madeline Montgomery is talking to students who were arrested at that protest yesterday. They speak out for the first time. Also, our Bridget Spencer is at Emory University, where a peaceful demonstration is underway on the eve of a no confidence vote of the university's president. Students there say they're not happy with how Emory University's president responded to these protests you're seeing right here on the screen for a pro-Palestinian protest on campus last week. There were 28 people that were arrested there. And tonight at 9:30, the Student Government Association, they too are going to meet virtually tonight to vote on a referendum to let the student body cast a vote of no confidence on Emory University's campus president. We're going to have a full report on that story tonight on Atlanta News First with our own Bridget Spencer. And then Walmart. Man, did they drop a doozy today. Today was one of the nation's largest providers that have closing the healthcare clinics.
I bring my kids
Our
here.
own
It's so convenient,
reporter there
close to the house.
has this report
it's
from
cheap,
Brittany Ford. Let's listen in.
and they have some great doctors in there.
For Paige Jones, a place where you can always find a last-minute appointment.
I made my appointment last week, and I was able to get in this week. It was very affordable. That was something else about it. It's affordable for a lot of people.
Both were shocked to hear it's closing its doors in the next 90 days.
Y'all need to keep these facilities open. We need these facilities.
The Marietta Walmart Health Center is one of 51 locations across the nation permanently shutting down. The big box retailer made the announcement Tuesday, giving vague reasoning into why. In a statement, Walmart said in part, through our experience managing Walmart Health Centers and Walmart Health Virtual Care, we determined there is not a sustainable business model for us to continue.
Most doctor's office costs about $200-300 a visit. This one is way less.
The closure will leave hundreds of healthcare workers without a job. Walmart says it's working to transfer eligible employees and will be providing severance benefits for those who rely on the quick, affordable healthcare option.
I don't know what I'm going to do now.
It's a devastating loss.
I can't believe they're doing that. We need this in the community.
Now, we did some checking to break down exactly which stores and those clinics that are shutting down in the state of Georgia. There are over a dozen. Top of the list: Marietta, McDonough, Rome, Noonan, Suwanee, Woodstock, Dallas, and Conyers. If you want the complete list of all of the Walmart clinics, the health clinics that are shutting down permanently, we will have a complete list on our website at atlantanewsfirst.com. Make sure you check that out. And, of course, we'll have more on this story tonight. Former President Donald Trump, he, too, back in the headlines tonight. This one because he just got slapped with a $9,000 fine for violating a judge's gag order in his hush money case. The judge also warned the former president that if he continues to violate the gag order that was imposed on him, it's going to lead to imprisonment. Trump faces the same judge for another 4 comments that he made for a separate hearing that will take place this Thursday. This case all centers on Trump's alleged hush money payments made to Stormy Daniels to mute a story about their 2008 affair. So make sure you join us tonight at 11. Myself, along with my co-anchor Blair Miller, we've got a lot of big stories to cover tonight, including one that touches a lot of people who go to church. If you go to Dunwoody Baptist Church, this is devastating to the individuals who go to church in that community, the community itself. One of the employees of Dunwoody Baptist Church is now facing charges. He has been arrested for sexual exploitation of children, including possession of child sex abuse material. Now, this is all according to police. Roswell Police Department says 59-year-old Ralph Britt Jr. of Johns Creek arrested for transmitting improper material through peer-to-peer life-sharing networks. Police say Britt worked closely with children and youth in various capacities at that church, but none of the photos of the children that was in possession of police involved any of the children at Dunwoody Baptist Church. We'll make sure and keep you posted on that story. And then the other big one that we've been following, if you love rap music, you're very familiar with Young Thug. We have been following the YSL trial. They had an abrupt ending. I mean, shut that thing down because of a medical emergency. We're going to have more on that, plus the first alert forecast with Fred Campagna tonight. And just a reminder, set your notifications to get on-demand updates on breaking news, our live streaming, our first alert weather forecast, also our sports director, I almost forgot her name. She's going to kill me. I'm so nervous. I've never done this before. And this is new for me. So I'm going to tell you that just our sports director, Bailey Burmaster, she is going to have an update on some of the big sports stories of the day. Just know that we are streaming on YouTube. Also, Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. And don't forget to join Blair Miller, Sports Director Bailey Burmaster, as I mentioned, and Atlanta News First meteorologist Fred Campagna. Tonight at 11, he is warning us of another First Alert Weather Day, just days away. And we've got a big weekend coming up here in Metro Atlanta. So much happening. We've got Cinco de Mayo. Who wants tacos? Because I do. I love them. And then we also have so many outdoor festivities and festivals that are taking place. You don't want to miss that forecast. And, of course, join us at 11 for all your top news. Thank you for watching. Make sure you keep us posted. Always set your notifications for 8 p.m. for the Atlanta News First Alert News Desk. Have a great evening, and we'll see you tonight on Atlanta News First at 11 tonight.